Hello there. How you doing? It's me. For the first time in it's probably the best part of 3 years now. 3 years, maybe. Best part of 2 years or so, 2 or 3 years or something. I haven't been on camera for a very long time. It's very weird because I don't know why I suddenly decided to switch my webcam on today, but I did. I'm going to be honest with you. It's because I'm trying to procrastinate. And finally, I've finally come to the level of procrastination where I'm returning to YouTube for a little bit. It's weird. I'm trying to write this essay for school. It's quite a long essay, and there's a lot of research, and I'm probably doing too much research actually. You know how you can overload and not really get a sense of perspective. But yeah, I'm trying to take a break, and I can't really be asked to go outside today. Or at least not yet. Well, it's a lovely autumn day here, just outside London. So I thought, why not just turn on the old webcam and have a little afternoon chat? Because it's been ages. It's been ages. I probably look completely different. I don't actually know. My room probably looks completely different. It's the same room, but most of it has changed in some form or another. I used to be sat like there when I did my videos, and then the camera would be pointing there, and now I'm actually facing the window, so I now look out, which is much nicer. It's a much nicer place to work now. I've got a new computer as well, which means I can actually now film on my webcam. I don't really know what I want to talk about. I just want to sort of stop reading about Stalin for 20 minutes and just talk a little bit. Because as I say, I can't be asked to go out, so I'm just going to sit in instead. So where have I been? Well, getting busier basically. I came to realise I was thinking just before I turned the camera on actually. I'm so glad I did all those videos and all that film watching back then when I was like 13, 14 and 15. Because it's weird, especially when you're growing up, I think people always have a tendency to look back and say, look back and sort of go, oh, it was always so much easier then, and I had so much free time then. And that's definitely how I feel right now. And I'm nearly 18 now. I'm nearly 18 now. And I'm in my last year of school. I've just applied to some unis to hopefully study philosophy. And yeah, it's weird. I'm sure in 10 years I'll look back at now and say I was so free and I had so much free time and life was so easy. Probably with good reason. I do have a lot of free time. I mean, I'm doing this, which is in itself free time. But looking back now, as a nearly 18-year-old, nearly an adult. I look back on those times of doing all those videos, and I think I'm really, really glad I did that. Actually, I'm glad I took the opportunity to spend that time of just complete lack of concern for anything, basically. Taking in all those films, it was really great. I've made a few videos since then, hinting at the fact that I might return and saying, oh yeah, I've got these big plans for series I want to do and stuff. I've got to be honest now. Well, I'm not that anyone really cares, but just to I don't know, get it all out of the way. I'm probably not gonna go back to doing this much. Maybe next time I have a big essay to write and I want to take a 20-minute break, I'll do another one. But to be honest, I don't see that coming up for a while. I mean, I've now got the means to do it a lot more. Got this new webcam and stuff, but I don't know. Things are a lot busier now, and I had a lot of enthusiasm for doing film reviews back then. I used to love it. You probably realised. I mean, if you were around when I did that, I was doing like a review a day. I was watching 2 films a day. It was ridiculous. I didn't have a life. Yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed myself. But there are different things come along now. I mean, I'm still in case you'll get this the wrong way, I'm still really passionate about films. Um, I still go to the BFI all the time. Still watch a lot of stuff. I'm still exploring. To be honest, I probably watch about. I mean, I really don't watch any more than a film a week nowadays. Maybe a bit more, but I just don't really have time. There's lots of other things getting in the way, and I've got lots of other interests nowadays as well. Alongside films, I'm really passionate about music, jazz and classical music. I'm absolutely obsessed with all this stuff. I love Beethoven, and I love Bach, and I love Mahler, and I love Wagner. And just exploring this whole world of sound is one of the most enriching and fulfilling things you can do. And I love literature. Spend most of my time at home nowadays reading or watching documentaries or something. I read a lot of literature. A few years ago, I read a lot of poetry. I don't read as much poetry anymore. That's not because I don't like it as much. I've just got other things have sort of taken precedence. But I'm sure I'll return to poetry in good time. But what I'm really interested in nowadays, more than anything, and I just hinted at it, it is philosophy. I think philosophy is just the most endlessly interesting thing, and especially when you combine philosophy with history, combine it with politics. I'm particularly interested in political philosophy and understanding political philosophy through history. So, like all of those different subjects for me really coalesce and come together. And that's what's taking up a lot of my time nowadays. And in a way, it's actually good for the film watching because I always think the more you know about the world in general, and the more experiences and more pieces of knowledge and different pieces of the world that you can assimilate into your experience of things, the more profound your experience of those things is going to be. And so, having read, let's think of an example. And having read like some lots of stuff about Stalin, for example, recently, I'm really interested in totalitarianism and the different implications of that. Having read about Stalin and his regime, you can look at the films made under the regime in a completely different way. I used to watch all of these films with really very, very limited understanding of the context that they were made in. I increasingly like looking at the context things are made in because it gives you a sense of why they were made and what they were made for, and the sort of intellectual currents which were going around in the production of those things. And so I think, although I don't watch as many films anymore, I think my approach to each film I do watch is far more informed and far more in depth than it would otherwise be in years past. And maybe that means I should come back to reviewing films and doing them in a bit more depth. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not, if I'm honest. But it is one thing I've learned in the intervening years, in the past few years, is like you should try and broaden your interests in everything. You should try and get interested in as much as you can. And I know I say that, and I'm only like 17, and I sound like I'm trying to be like condescending and world weary. I'm not at all world weary, and I'm not at all wise or anything. All I mean is that's just a little thing I've learned, that interest in a whole range of different things is really going to enrich interest in each of the particular different things. And yeah, that's definitely what I found. And that's what I spend lots of my time doing nowadays. I've got a job. I work in a specialty coffee shop nowadays. So yeah, I'm also really fascinated by coffee, fascinated by tea. That's a hell of a world to discover. There's so much to learn there. But yeah, I spend loads of my time nowadays just like milling around and trying to learn stuff. Because there's a lot to try and figure out. This is what my desk looks like nowadays. It's a bit So there's 3 bananas, which yeah, there's a hell of a lot of books there. And I try and really invest in reading. Um, it's a very fun activity. And it's not always easy, and it's not always nice, but it tends to be quite enriching. I don't know if you've seen in the last few days this got published, which is called Devil's Bargain: Steve Bannon, Donald Trump, and the Storming of the Presidency. So that's something I just bought today. I think it's actually been around in America for a little while, but I was only able to get my hands on it in England today. I'm not sure there's much in the world that's more interesting at the moment than Donald Trump and all that stuff that's going on. That's really, really fascinating stuff. Whatever your perspective on it. And again, having an understanding of a whole range of different things, I think could make your understanding of a phenomenon like Donald Trump, which is so out of the blue and so weird. It really is weird. It can really enrich that. Why am I talking about this? I don't know. I've sort of gone off on one. Yeah, I think I just wanted to turn the camera on and show my face, show that I'm still a living presence. I'm still doing things. I'm still interested in films and stuff. I probably won't come back to making videos a lot. Any videos I do make will probably just be like this, really like conversational. And there's no reason really to watch this unless you're as bored as, well, not as bored, but as in need of just a break and just to stop as I am. It's funny. Anyway, I think I just wanted to say hello, because a few people were saying to me like, where have you gone, and why are you just suddenly really silent? That's fair enough. That's not a very nice thing to do, just suddenly go silent on like 1,000 people who've subscribed to you. So yeah, here I am. I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's very well. Keep being interested. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Maybe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a bit.